Driver again, me.
Alright guys, so this is a bit different, this video. It's going to be the Friday and the Saturday combined. You see, you can't really judge an Uber shift on anything under 6 hours. So anyone tells you otherwise, you know, you can't really judge it by the hour if you're doing less than 6. So I'm going to combine both Friday and Saturday into this one video. The total hours, total earnings, and how much petrol I used. I'll tell you that this time around. The time now is 3:45. It's a bit later than usual. I couldn't really, you know when you get that feeling where you don't want to get up off the couch and go and work. It's been a bit of a slow week, so, but I got myself up. I'm here now. Now it's really hot. It's 28 here in the UK, so it's super hot. And if you're wondering, oh, why have you got a coat on then? It's because I'm ginger. Yeah, before I was bald, I was ginger. So if I stay in the sun too long, I just burn to a crisp and my arms fall off. That's our life of a ginger. So, factor 50, smelling a coconut. Let's Uber it. Well, first hour's up. Hour and a bit. It's 4:59. So yeah, hour and a bit. Do you know what though? I haven't even left Prescott. It's so busy. It's just not real. I'm on 32 quid. Just loads of jobs constantly popping up. Ridiculous. So yeah, it's just been local ones like the Tesco Cable Retail Park and places like that. Nothing spectacular. Oh, here's another one now. See you in a bit. Right, it's now 5:55. So a little earlier than the hour, but I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to message yet. It still hasn't slowed down. I'm getting loads of pings, but I did get a ridiculous ping. Look at this one. No thanks. No, you're not right. I don't want that one. Anyway, so I'm on 56 in 2 hours. Not too bad that. And I'm still in Prescott. It's so busy here, it's ridiculous. I've ventured out a little and then ended up straight back. So, see how it goes over the next hour. Right, well, it's 6:29, so 6:30. But I've had to come home because my water was absolutely boiling. It was dead warm. And I wasn't that far from home. I was only in Prescott. On the way home, I did decide to put the petrol in, you know, the way I'd show you. So this is how much was in me gauge beforehand. That's on the screen now. Then I put £50 in, and don't forget the 2p. That 2p is very important. That's going to get me well far. I used to get that spot on all the time. I did. But then when the fuels all went up in price, the slightest little squeeze and you'd always go over. So me and my wife always take the mickey out of us. Anyway, so this is what my fuel looks like now. Right, now my onboard computer says that I will get an average of 40.7 miles per gallon. So let's see what it's like at the end of the video to how much fuel I've used. I might even have to put more in. Who knows? It's all part of the game. So it's now 6:30, as I said. Let's carry on Unabuni. I really hope I haven't messed up my streak. It's 7:40 now. I did that stupid mistake. I took a job going into the city centre, but when you're seeing 18 quid pop up to go to the city centre, it's like, worth it. So I did it. I'm on about 74 now. I'll stick it here, but I've bailed from the city centre because it's a city centre. And everyone who works for Uber knows city centres can be bad. Don't get me wrong, they can be good still. I mean, you can get the job on the way out, but I certainly wouldn't wait round in a city centre. So, one job I've done, but I bailed back to the city, bailed away from the city centre. Hopefully, I haven't ruined my streak. Now, this is why I say you can't judge a job just on a few hours, because the first 2 hours were amazing. Well, they were good. And now the third hours, I've only done 18 quid. We'll see what the fourth hour brings. All right, so it's now 10 to 10. I know, it's been ages since I give you an update. But the last couple of hours haven't gone great at all, to be fair, as you can tell. I've only done what, 20, 26, 27. But on a positive note, tenner tip. So I'll have to add that, of course, to the total. I had one of them customers giving it loads, you know. They would go, "Oh, can I Bluetooth me car?" I went, "No, you can't Bluetooth to my car." He went, "Why not? Why not?" I went, "Because it's my car and my phone's Bluetooth to it." And then he's leaning forwards and the girl he was with went, "You need to behave yourself, otherwise he's going to give me a bad rating and you'll never get picked up." That's why I got the tenner tip. Because I was like, "Oh, your rating's now, girl." You know. And she was like, "Oh, no, don't." And then she went, "Yeah, it is a £10 tip. Don't give me a bad rating." It's now 10 past 10. And while I was sitting in Wigan, it just wasn't going great at all. The jobs were all like £3.75 and stuff that were popping up for like 2 miles, 3 miles. The job itself, not the distance to it. So I decided to play the Uber game coming home. The job it's flashing right now is 12 miles away from me. Getting back to the point, yeah. So I've ended up playing the Uber game, coming home. I'm going to call it a night now on Friday. And I'll see you tomorrow for Saturday shift. Remember, I'm doing it all in one video. The Friday, Saturday. Haven't decided if I'm going out on Sunday or not. But Friday's takings. That's 6 hours, 10 minutes, something like that. And it's £101, as well as a tenner in my pocket cash. Not the end of the world, but there's definitely something up, because that Uber game coming back, it wasn't quite Wigan, it was just past St Helens, between St Helens and Wigan. Coming back then, not one ping. I did notice as well that offering that £4, £5 extra city per job after 12 o'clock. If you don't get me to 12 o'clock, then I'm not going to be doing that. You need to give me the work in between that.
Now, today could be the hottest of the year so far, with highs of 26 degrees.
Not good for gingers. I'm not going to moan, because I know everyone likes the sun. Everyone does like the sun. The sun's great and all that stuff. But when you're a ginger, you have to be extremely careful. And I'm stuck in a tin box all day. Anyway, it's Saturday. It should be good. Hopefully it will. Hopefully I'm out later than last night, because I come home earlier than I wanted to last night. But if it's not offering me the work, then I'm not going to stay sitting there doing nothing, twiddling my thumbs. I'm going to go home and twiddle my thumbs on my PlayStation. So the time now is 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Saturday. There is a game, but it's only an Everton one, so we shouldn't see much traffic from there. In a bit. It's 4:15. I've stayed local. I've just been doing the little local jobs, because I really don't want to go to town in this heat. I mean, I never want to go to town anyway, but in this heat it'll be even worse. Guess what? I got a Sage job. It wasn't great though. It was £5.40 or something, but it was only 2 miles, so that wasn't too bad. I think I'm on about 26 quid. I'll stick it here. It's 5:21. It has slowed down a bit, but I've been refusing loads of jobs going to the city centre. It's like £11 city centre, £12 city centre. I didn't want to do them, so I have just stayed local. I think I'm on about 49 quid. I'll stick it here. So 2 hours, 20 minutes, 49 quid. Not the end of the world. I mean, I have had it easy. I've literally just been staying local by where I live. At any point, I'll be able to go home and get more cold water. It was funny then. I just picked up someone, and I was parked outside the house, and there was this really nice looking Tesla, 72 plate, black, all nice and shiny, like it's just being cleaned. And right next to it was this Arl and Twacky Ford 12 plate. Anyway, the couple gets in the car, and I was like, "Oh, I feel sorry for that Ford driver pulling up and having to park next to yours all the time." And they both burst out laughing. Turned out the Ford was hers. Oh dear. 6:20 26, and I've actually been home and had more water, had to get more ice water. I'm on 72 quid. I'll stick it here. I have just, again, I've been sticking to just the local jobs, you know, the 4 to 7 quid local jobs, and it seems to be working okay. It's nice, chilled, relaxed. I'm not having to deal with town traffic. I'm miles away from the match. Seems to be going quite well. 7:39, and I've absolutely flew up. I'm on like 112, I think it is. I'll stick it here. Flew up in the last hour and a bit. It is now, we're in that grindy time, aren't we? 7:30 till about 9 really. So hopefully it'll stay the way it's been going. Quite pleased with it. But it's been so mellow. It's been, you know, customers have been in a good mood. Jobs have been coming in while I'm doing jobs. They've been popping up, but I have just stayed local. And I've just messaged me missus and went, do you think it's working, this staying local? She's like, I'm not too sure. But I think it's the stress level. There's no stress level with staying, you know, where you know. And well, I knew it would be like that. It's now 8:30, but I knew it was going to be quiet. So after about 10 minutes or so, I decided to come back home and just spent an hour in the house. I did leave me set on. I'm not going to count it as working because I wasn't out, but I did leave me set on, and only one job popped up. So I'm glad I went home, had something to eat, had a cup of coffee in there, said hello to everyone, and I'm back out. I'm not going to be picky with the local now, so whatever comes up I'm going to probably do, because it's that time now, isn't it, where it's like, ooh, there's no guarantee that it's going to stay busy in my local area now. It's 9:45. I ended up getting spat to St Helens, and then I just worked St Helens for a bit. I thought, why not? And then eventually I've been spat back here. So I think it's 142, I think I'm on now. I really hope this keeps up. If it keeps up like this, I'll stay out. I've just noticed as well that on the Uber app, it's telling me to sign up for the extra 4 quid from the city centre at 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And then it wants me to sign up again from 12 o'clock till 4, I think it was, on the Sunday. So I'll put a screeny here, that's what it's saying do. And I'll have a little, may as well sign up to it in case I end up in the city centre. Because when it gets to this time, if someone's going to the city centre, I'll head there, because it won't be as mayhem as during the day. So from 10 o'clock onwards, I'll happily go to the city centre and see if I can get a job back. I've no idea what's just happened. It's now 10:30, and I did a £5 job. I was outside the woman's house. That was a bit strange. So I did a £5 job, because I was sitting outside her house already, so I thought, why the hell not? Dropped her off. But as I was dropping her off, a reserved job popped up. Now, the sending it out, I hadn't reserved it myself. £22 it was for 4 miles. I'll put it here now. It might look a bit weird because I've had to filter out a lot, but I'll stick it here. Then the woman gave me a £5 tip, and when they dropped off, their mate decided they wanted to carry on, so they rebooked another one for 7 quid to where they wanted to carry on. And of course it gave it to me because I was the closest driver. So I'm now on £182. Ow. Oh, I nearly said how mad's that, but I think Kev has kind of copyrighted that one. How crazy is that? It just doesn't sound the same, does it, Kev? Anyway, I don't know why I got 22 quid for 4 miles, but I'm certainly not complaining. It's now 11:36 and I'm on 220. It's gone extremely well. I still haven't managed to get to town, and Uber's spamming me saying, oh, you 4 quid extras in town. Well, there's no point rushing to town if I'm getting the work not in town, because no one in town, innit? I am slowly starting to get a bit tired, so I'm not sure how much longer I'll last. Now, it's not that it's really busy and I'm getting loads of pings and stuff. I'm just getting the odd ping, and then it's like 10 minutes waiting on the side, 15 minutes before another ping comes up. There's just no traffic. So because there's no traffic, the wheels keep turning, I keep on earning. And that's how it works, isn't it? I am tempted to play the Uber game, because I am thinking of going out tomorrow and making it the full weekend one. Well, I did play the Uber game, and it kept me out. There was a couple of jobs I thought, yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? And then before I know it, it's now 12:30, and I'm on 240 quid. But I'm right close to my house now, so I'm going to call it a night now, and see what brings tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be good tomorrow. Anyway, what I've done today is I've did all them little crappy jobs, the £4 to £8 jobs, all the little ones that people whinge about. If it was less than 1.5 miles away from me, I went and done it, because that's how you make money, and I haven't used as much fuel. Now, it was giving me a lot of big jobs, like £20 ones, but they were like 15 miles and 16 miles, 17 miles to complete the job. You're better off with the little ones when it comes to things like that. I think the biggest job I did was obviously that reserved 22 quid one, but it was a 4-mile job. I think the next biggest mile job I did was about 7 miles. Everything else was under that. And I think I've done about 38 jobs or something like that. But it's worked out well. It's been a really chilled day. See you tomorrow, everything.
Well, for most of us, it's going to be another fairly sunny and warm day on Sunday, but for some, we will see some torrential thunderstorms developing.
I swear that had nothing to do with me. I didn't come home last night and do a rain dance in the garden till 3 in the morning. I promise you. It wasn't me. Right, today, Sunday, and it is now 12:45. I did want to come out a bit earlier, but didn't end up happening due to, you know, real life stuff. That's the beauty of self-employed, isn't it? I'm not sure what today will bring. Hopefully it'll be good. Well, it's now 1:45. It started really slow. It took about 15 minutes to get a ping. But then it picked up again, and I was ping-ponging, and I've ended up on 24 quid. I'll stick it here. Hopefully it'll stay busy. Do you know what? The wind started picking up and the clouds have started coming over, so it's getting really cool really quick. Right, it's 5 to 3 and I'm only on 40 quid. Yeah, it's gone slow the last hour. It's just waiting for the pings. I got a ridiculous ping before that I just was not doing that bad. I made a TikTok on it. Yeah, look. No words needed really, is there? That's how bad it was, that it deserved a TikTok. And then I've had a couple of other little pings, so hopefully the next hour picks up, because I'm starting to get bored. Another hour gone. 3:51. Well, nearly an hour. It's still quiet, but I've done 18 quid in the last hour. Not too bad for a Sunday. It's boiling. There's been no rain, no sight of this thunder that we were promised. I mean, that nobody wants. Plod on. Just had a guy get in the car and he was all excited. I could tell he wanted to tell me something. I went, "You okay, mate?" And he went, "Oh, I've just got my Wolverhampton licence. I'm going to be driving soon." I went, "Oh, are you, mate? Oh, you're going to be with what are you going to do? Who are you going to work with?" And he went, "I'm going to work with Britannia, because I'm going to do it all on the sly and won't have to pay taxes." So then I had that decision to make.
Tell him nothing. He's trying to cheat the system. He will get busted.
Or
don't be a dick. Tell him about the new rule.
So I decided to tell him, and I was like, "Mate, since the 1st of Jan, doesn't matter who you with, any gig work that uses an app has to report it to HMRC." "What?" "No, doesn't, you're wrong." Okay, mate. And then it went quiet. And then, a minute or so later, well, I wouldn't work for Uber anyway. They take 40% of everything you do. As my grandpappy always said, you can't fix stupid. I've decided to come home now. Now, I can't be a hypocrite and say today was terrible or today's going to be good, because I haven't done over 6 hours, really, so there just wasn't enough data. See what I did there? Not enough data to know whether it was good. I'm happy with what I've done. Right, and don't forget the fuel. So I'll get a picture of it now. And that's the fuel at the start. I put 50 quid in that you're seeing. And then that's the fuel now, isn't it? Right, now keep in mind I did a little bit on Friday before I put the fuel in. So let's call that the difference. So let's say about 50 quid in fuel, isn't it? I'd say a little bit less. What do you think? About 50 quid in fuel? You've seen it just as much as I have. So we've got Friday's hours, total earnings, total by the hour. Let's stick that over there. Then we've got Saturday's earnings, Saturday's hours, total by the hour. Let's stick that over there. Then we've got Sunday's earnings, Sunday's hours, Sunday by the hour. So let's stick that there. Then, so what rank they are? Green, amber, red. I don't know, because you can see them, I can't. It's not here. It's not in my car now in front of me. I can't see the text, so I don't know. But I'll obviously have put it there for you. Then we're going to put it all together for the full shift. So over the weekend, I've done this many hours. I've made this much money. And I've made this much per hour. I really hope it's good. I'm guessing it is. It feels like it's good. It feels like it's a green light. But again, I don't know, because them figures aren't actually floating in front of me. See you in the next one.